one of the things that I tend to do is have more than one VS Code project open or more than one VS Code workspace open. And I have definitely added code to the wrong window before and started breaking things. I wanted to show you this extension because I think it will be an absolute game changer for anybody that works in multiple windows in VS Code. It's called Peacock, it's made by John Papa, and I'm going to show you how I set it up on my machine. So the first thing that I want to do, like with all of my other VS Code extension videos, is make sure that I have the package installed. And the way that we do that is by going into VS Code, going into the extension section, which you can do with Control-Shift-X or Command-Shift-X, and then you just type in the name of the application. In this case, it's called Peacock. It is created by John Papa, and it has this amazing icon attached to it. So this is what you're looking for. This is the screen that you're looking for. As you can see, we already have it installed here. I'm gonna jump straight into the settings for it. Normally I would just go straight into using it, but Peacock does require you to configure a lot of settings just to get it the exact way you want it. So I'm gonna open up settings. I'm gonna type in Peacock. And as you can see, there's a lot of different settings here. There's 25 different options. We're not going to talk about all 25 of them. Actually, when you first install this, a lot of these might actually be turned on. So as you can see, I'm going to start turning them on now. And what you might notice are a bunch of different colorations popping up all throughout the screen. And first of all, wow, this is a lot. Not really feeling this color vibe, but that's okay. Don't get discouraged. The next thing you're going to want to do once you have Peacock set up is you're going to want to decide what elements you want to be colored and not colored. So in this aspect, or in my screens, the way I look at them, I really just want a quick indicator of what screen I'm in. And I think a good way of doing that is to have the title bar at the top and the activity bar at the bottom be the only things that are highlighted in a different color. So let's just start removing stuff. Get rid of some of that. And we're just gonna keep clicking things off until it looks about like what, oh no, we want that on still. Now, you're looking at this color aspect here. These get set for each workspace. Now, if you have a preferred color for each one, you can easily come in here and say, you know what, I always want this workspace to be a certain color. I'm going to use a different tool called Color Slurp to kind of pick a color that I like. Here's a cool color palette from the show that I do called Conduit. I like this purple. I'm going to just copy that purple hex code. I'm going to enter it in, and boom. So now anytime I open this workspace, it's going to be that shade of purple. There are a few other options here that you can do. You can, work on badge colors and foreground colors. We're not going to mess with that. Again, a lot of this is just quick identification tips. You can definitely do all the stuff with this. There's so many options you can go through, and I don't want this to be an incredibly long video. So let's look at how I would actually use this if I have multiple windows open. So we're gonna open up another window. And as you can see, this window has nothing in it. It's because we don't have a workspace up. Let's load up a new workspace. Let's just pick one. There we go. Great. And now what we see is we have it already picked up. I already had a color saved on that one. So now we can quickly see what these are. But let's say I don't like this purple anymore. I want it to be a different color. I can have them surprise me. We can say, oh yeah, let's go with that color. I can actually just keep doing that. And the way that I do that is if you go to Peacock and you do like Peacock : surprise with a random color. I kind of like this color. Let's do one more. That's kind of cool. I like that dark purple color. Now, if let's say it was close, but it wasn't exactly there. If I wanted, I could just do, I could lighten it up a little bit, and I could actually see what that color change is down here in the bottom. And I can click on this and it'll actually copy it to my clipboard as well. But none of these are really working for me. I want to go to one of my favorite colors, and I can just quickly scroll through these and set it to be my favorite, whatever color. Now, the benefit to doing these things is when you do this, it's going to save these settings in the workspace. So you don't have to mess around with it every time. You only have to do it once. So whenever I'm working on my tweet scheduler, maybe I want to have it to be closer to a Twitter blue. I set it to Azure Blue, maybe lighten it a little bit. There, perfect. Now I don't want to ever touch it again. When I go to AZQ Manager, maybe I want that to be a different color. Let's go with green. We can do Peacock Lighten. Do it one more time. Boom, there it's set. Now I don't ever have to change these ever again. But when I'm in these windows, I know that they're going to be the ones that I'm looking for. And that's it. Big shout out to John Papa for making this. I don't fully know what went into making it, but I'm sure that it wasn't easy. John Papa is actually a developer advocate at Microsoft with me. He's been there much longer, knows a ton. So I suggest you give him a follow. If you have any questions, feel free to ask him. He also has done a lot of great documentation on this project. I highly suggest you to check it out. Also, just straight up, shout out to having a good looking documentation website. But that's going to do it for this video. I hope that I've encouraged you to give Peacock a try. If I have, be sure to let me know in the comments below. Let me know what color schemes you're using. I would really like to get some ideas on how I determine what colors I'm going to use for each project. If you want more tips and tricks like these, be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel. We're putting out different videos on different themes and extensions in VS Code, as well as some other productivity tools for developers and people in tech. So you want to be subscribed to catch those. But until next time, I'm Jay Miller, and I'll catch you later.